Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. In today's video, I'm going to demo a new feature found in the current version of Photoshop that I think is really cool, although it isn't perfect yet. Now, I am talking about the current version of Photoshop, not the beta version of Photoshop, more specifically, Photoshop version 26.2.0. So make sure you're using that version or later to take advantage of this new feature. Now, there are two things you need to know about this new feature. First of all, it is called a technology preview. So it isn't really ready for prime time yet. Number two, it only works on RAW files, at least right now. Adobe has hinted that it will be able to work on things other than RAW files in the near future. Now, I'm just going to show it to you. I have Photoshop open. I'm going to open up a number of different RAW files I have in a folder on my computer. There's some Fuji RAW files, some Nikon RAW files, and we'll open them up. And because they're RAW files, they will automatically open up into Adobe Camera Raw. That's where this new feature resides. Now, I did mention that it is a technology preview. You have to turn that feature on. To do that, go up to this little gear, click on it, you'll get Camera Raw Preferences. Go down to Technology Previews and make sure that New AI Features and Settings panel is checked. Once you check that, click OK. Then you're going to have to close down Photoshop and reopen it with images for that feature to appear. Now, this new feature is the ability to remove reflections with a single click. And I mentioned I like it a lot. And the reason why I like it a lot is I take a lot of photos of zoo animals, and often I'm shooting through glass. Now, I usually use something called a lens skirt. It's something that goes over the front of your lens, and it actually has little suction cups that you stick on the glass so that it will eliminate or at least reduce reflections. But every now and then, I either don't have one with me or it just doesn't work well because the way the light was, and I'll get reflections. For example, I was at the Erie Zoo a few years ago, and I took this photo of an orangutan called Ollie. Ollie is now at the San Francisco Zoo if you want to see Ollie. But you can see that, this image has a lot of reflections that just ruin the shot. So to get rid of the reflections, you need to go to the removal tool. So click on the little eraser, and you'll see that there's a section here called Distraction Removal. Click the checkbox, and depending on your computer, this may take a little while. For my computer, for this specific image, it takes less than 10 seconds. But you'll notice that it does a great job removing the reflection. It now makes this image usable. Now, overall, it did make the image a little bit darker, but for that, I could just brighten it up, obviously. Now, once you do it, there is a single slider so that you could reduce the amount of reflection removal with that slider. And it did make the image a little darker, so I will go up to the actual adjustments to light. And personally, when I first edited this image, I brought exposure down a little bit, so I could just bring it back up. Look at that. It saved that image. Now look at it. I got another image here of these Japanese snow monkeys. They're macaques. And you can see this is a great image, in my opinion, at least, of the mother and the little baby macaque. Unfortunately, the reflections ruined it. So I'm going to go to the removal tools, and I'm going to click on reflections and let it do its magic. And you'll see, because I tried this already, it does a great job. There's a tiny bit of reflection left in the lower left-hand corner, you'll notice when it's done. But that I could work with. Otherwise, I mean, the image was no good. Now, look at it. It's awesome. Now, a little darker. Again, it seems to darken the images a little bit, but it is an experimental feature. Now, I have a couple images here from Philadelphia. My son and I were in Philadelphia for something, and we went on some observation deck of some building. I don't even know what the building's name was, but you can see that there's these reflections here. So I want to get rid of them. We'll click this little checkbox and let it do its magic. This image took a little longer, as I recall. Maybe it depends. Maybe because it did it once already, the AI knows it or remembers it, but it did a pretty good job. It got rid of the reflections. Look at that. It does a great job. Now, I mentioned it isn't perfect. I have this taken the very same day, another image from Philadelphia taken in that same observation tower or top of a building. And they had these running lights behind me. and you can see that their lights are in this photo. I'll click the reflections checkbox, and you'll notice here it doesn't work. It won't work on this at all. It has its limitations, and again, it is still experimental. So hopefully they do improve this in the very near future, but you can see it really didn't do anything for this image. Now here's another image. This was taken at the Smithsonian, the American History Museum in Washington, D.C. You can see that this is Archie and Edith Bunker's chair from All in the Family. You can see that there's some reflections here, some over here, and over here. So we're going to click the reflections checkbox. And what you'll notice on this is it won't totally eliminate the reflections, but it does reduce the reflections quite a bit. And so that's what you'll find is there'll be varying degrees of success. Now you can see here, it totally removed the reflection that was here. It reduced the reflections over here and reduced this reflection. But let me give you a before, after. There's before, there's after, before, after. So it is much improved, but it isn't perfect. Now, I'm going to show you two more. The next one is where it fails miserably. What I found is if the reflections are really, really dark, really strong reflections. For example, this is again in Toronto. Not again. Did I have a photo of Toronto yet? No. So this was in Toronto, but you could see the reflections are as prominent as the inside of the restaurant. And I'll click on the reflections checkbox, and you'll notice that it won't do anything. As I recall, it just won't remove them at all. And so it isn't perfect. It doesn't work every single time. But for what I mostly need it for zoo animals, it seems to do a great job. And I've tried it on a number of different zoo animal images where I had some reflections, and it worked every single time. At worst, there might have been just a tiny bit of reflection left, like in that corner of the macaques. But you can see here, there's before, there's after. If anything, it brought the reflections out a little more, made them a little more prominent. But what I wanted to show you is I have this image here of a vulture. This was actually shot through a chain link fence. There was no glass. There was no reflection. I actually love this image too, but you could see kind of the blurriness because of the chain link fence. Because I shot through the fence, the fence was right up against the lens. So you could see that there's just like this hint of fence. Well, when I click that reflections check mark, what you'll find is it gets rid of it. So I'm really psyched about this too, because if you're not shooting through glass at a zoo, you're often shooting through a chain link fence. And what you could do to lessen the chain link fence effect is shoot as wide as you can and have the fence as close to the lens as possible and the animal as far away from the fence as possible. And that usually will blur the fence out totally. In this case, it didn't blur it out totally. It was still there. So there's before and there's after, and you can see it did a great job. And we'll go ahead and go to light here. And again, I pulled exposure down a little bit. It seems if I pull exposure down a little bit when I edit, it seems to make the image too dark when it's done. But, experiment with it. I have tried using it first on a totally unedited raw file. Then I tried doing it later in my workflow when the image was edited. And I didn't find any difference between the two. So that's why I showed you more images that had edits done to them. But you could see it worked great on this image that didn't have any glass reflection. It just had a kind of a blurred out fence in the way that was bothering me and made this image unusable. And now it's now usable. So that's it. That's this new feature found in the current version of Photoshop. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.